Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. I really need some serious prayers here, and I hope you will continue to say a prayer for me and leave a dislike on this video. For some reasons, dislikes have always brought me a lot of good luck. So last April, I went to see a solar eclipse, and there was a 99% chance of it being clouded in. And I looked up to the sky and I kept shouting, Peter dislike. And I led the entire group into a Peter dislike prayer. And so I told them about how I had prayed to Peter dislike at one point before going on a date with a girl, and it had turned out well. And I got the entire group there to go, Peter dislike, Peter dislike. We all looked at the sky and screamed, Peter dislike. And when the sun finally got covered, the clouds went out of the way for 2 seconds, and I got a few good photos. But that was it. The rest of the eclipse was pretty clouded, actually. And so I now believe in praying to Peter dislike. And I hope you will join me in that. I'm having a huge tangle in my life, that a tangle of heartbreak, burnout, and other issues all jammed together. What had happened is that I'm recording, just in case anybody in the future is watching, I'm recording this on October 24, 2024, obviously just before the holiday season. And I remember that the reason I didn't want to go on vacation last holiday season is that I worried that I didn't have friends to come home to. I was still working on my social connectivity last Thanksgiving, Christmas season. And unfortunately, my situation hasn't improved all that much from last year to this. Granted, I did gain a lot of experience over the last year. And so, but in terms of the situation itself, it hasn't really improved all that much. But I really need this vacation. And so it hit me that I really need to go out and network with the right people. Now, by chance, I happen to know a church pastor at one of the meetup groups that I go to, and he promised to talk to one of his exchange students that he hosts at his home, a Japanese girl, see if that will work out. It's still a long shot. And so in preparation of that, yesterday I put together, you guys saw a Chushogi set. You can go watch my last video about that. But I'm seriously burnt out. I came home and I caused the disaster at our home. Go watch yesterday's video. I hate to repeat that because it was an upsetting situation. I want to move beyond that. Let's just put it that way. Today I was going to go to there's a chess event on campus to show off my Chushogi set. And then most of my opponents didn't even show up. After driving 30 minutes to the event, I only got to see one of my friends there. And granted, it was not a total loss. I was able to chat with him about why I made the Chushogi set and get the word out there that I'm still looking for that life partner of mine, right? So it's not a total loss, right? And he even made some suggestions to the Chushogi set and all that. And then I went to put some popcorn in the microwave, and I don't know what happened. I think I entered the wrong amount of time, and I caused smoke to billow out of the kitchen, and the fire alarm went off. And so then after I left the campus, I was so lost in thought on the chess event, the making the Chushogi set, and on potentially seeing this Japanese girl, not knowing how it's going to go, not knowing how much time I'm going to spend chasing around that Japanese girl, only for it not to turn out, which is how it typically plays out, right? That I kept missing traffic lights. I would wait at a red light, it would turn green, and I wouldn't notice it. The person behind me would honk, and I would look up, and it's just about to turn red again. This happened like twice, 3 times on the road. Then I went to a Walmart to get my favorite tilapia fish. And as I'm walking down the aisle, this guy who's 400 pounds, he was backing with his shopping cart. He backs right into me and knocks me over. I'm just not paying attention. Can't get thoughts out of my head. And I'm just running into a lot of mishaps because I'm weighed down. I want to go on a trip this winter, but I want to make sure I finished all my unresolved business here in Phoenix so that I can go on that trip peacefully. And it's weighing me down, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be in such a mess, right? During the summer when it was 120 degrees and I also had no friends, that was really tough. That was really tough. I'll let you imagine. Most of my viewers probably live in better climate than I do, but I'll let you imagine what it's like to have 4 or 5 months of 110 degrees and not have any friends to chat with, even online. I'll let you think about that. It's probably best for you guys to think about that on your own. So, just a huge mess, a lot of wasted time, and I've been using a lot of stuff to help me get over some of. I've been drinking a lot of caffeine again as of late, and I almost think of it as my drinking problem. It's caffeine, but I still think of it as a drinking problem, and I've developed a huge workaholism problem as well, and it's not healthy. I feel like I'm jeopardizing my job, even though I'm getting high marks at the moment. I feel like it's not sustainable at the moment. Okay. So continue to pray for me. I don't necessarily want necessarily for that Japanese girl to be my forever life partner, but something to help me get over the next chapter in my life would be helpful, right? This chapter has been so tough for me for so ever since. I would argue this chapter of my life began when I started the Bismuth art 2 years ago, and it's been one of the most challenging chapters, challenging slash adventurous chapters in my life. For some reason, I'd argue that was this current chapter is like the fourth chapter of my life. I had one chapter when I was growing up, right? One chapter when I went to college, especially when I went off to work on my PhD. My third chapter was that solo sexual relationship after I broke up with the girl when I was working on my PhD, and then this current art chapter. Right, this art chapter has been really tough for various things. Continue to pray for me by leaving a dislike on this video. Like I said, dislikes have brought me a lot of good luck in the past. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. While you're at it, if you watch Peter Schiff, please ask him to bring back his Peter Shit Show opening theme. I really miss it. I'm gonna have to copy his new theme, and maybe if I copy it, he'll change it again. It'll just be a cat and mouse game, right? Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum.